Very good, and welcome to the Lazarus Motor Show. So my name is Steven Siegel, and I'm the host of the show. For those of you that have just started watching the show, this show is all about the Lazarus Motor Company. How it came about is we were in discussions, and we wanted to bring the message across and show the company for who it is and for what it is. It's not just a dealership or multiple dealerships, multiple franchise that sells vehicles. It's all about getting to know their customers and reaching out and engaging with them. And that's what I absolutely loved about the Lazarus Motor Company, is that willingness to be able to engage and to be able to want to get to know the customers. So through everything, and I mean, I'm sure you all agree that when you're out there, and it's so much nicer that when you get to know a certain salesperson or someone that you connect with, normally they got similar sort of likes, understanding, maybe they do what you do. If you're a chef, there's a chef. So there's those kind of things, and you feel more confident buying from someone that you kind of know. So in season 1 of this amazing new show, the Lazarus Motor Show, so what we've done is we have brought you various different dealerships, starting from Ford, then we moved into Mazda, and then we went into Kia. We still got Jaguar Land Rover to do, but this is just a throwback on what vehicles we covered, who we chatted with, and then obviously a prep for the last dealership, which is Jaguar Land Rover moving forward. So those of you that are out there, I just want to see that you are connected, happy with the sound, everything's coming through. I'm just double checking. And yeah, just send me a message. I don't like to be alone. I like to know that you guys are there and also listening in. So moving on from that, this show is also about engaging. So we had Monique come on from Kia Fleet Sales, and she had her whole family get involved and send messages, and obviously some other people came. That's really, really great, and what we want. We want to reach you. We want you to be able to ask questions, and we want to have fun. So you'll see in season 2, we'll move on to a little bit more fun with the vehicles, because now you'll pretty much know who the salespeople are, or some of them, not all of them. Some of them hid away from us when we wanted to come and interview them or get them on, obviously, in front of us. And live is always a little bit difficult. It's a little bit fun. It's real, and that's the whole thing with regards to the Lazarus Motor Company. Is we want it to be real. We want it to be here, and we want it to be able to chat to you and be able to connect whenever you needed to. So yeah, that's what we're doing. That's what we're up to. So into season 2, we are going to be getting out and driving around. Obviously, COVID hit and everything got shut down, and now we're slowly opening up. All right, so let's start off with the first brand and the first dealership that we were interacting with, if I can put it there. So have a look at this. So this was obviously the Ford side of things. So how I'm going to do this is, just for every time that I jump onto a brand, I'm just going to reference back onto the laz.co.za website, so you can see how I access, where I access everything, and then we go from there. So if you are wanting to buy vehicles, a Lazarus Motor Company, you can go onto their website. Here it is here, www.laz.co.za. I'm just going to quickly put it up so you can have it at the bottom there. All right. So once you type in www.laz.co.za, you're able to obviously see the various different dealerships. And then when you go through that, you can just click on the certain dealership, which is over here at the bottom, and it will take you to their certain page. So we're going to start off, and where we started off was obviously with Lazarus Ford. So jumping into Lazarus Ford, the beautiful thing that I loved about Lazarus Ford, again, the people and the salespeople and everyone that worked there, from the cleaner straight through to the salesman. We got reminisce that was chatting to me in the first episode. Everyone was friendly and welcoming and wanted to help where they could. And what I also found, and it's a trend obviously through the dealerships, is that they ask certain questions. Like I would go in there with a certain perception of what I want. And as most of us, I think we go in, we've got a certain budget, we've got a certain perception of what we need, and we go in there, we want to buy this. And it's so easy for a salesperson to be able to say to you, listen, this, just get it, take it. It's an easy sell. However, what I noticed is that the technique that they're using there, or not the technique, is they actually ask you a little bit about who you are. What are you looking at? Why are you looking at this vehicle? And then potentially, if that's not the vehicle for you, they might say to you, listen, great idea, but how about this vehicle might be better suited to your needs? And that's kind of what you want. You want someone to listen to you and understand your needs, and obviously sell you something that is going to be great for whatever needs you want. And then obviously a backup service is the key. So in season 2, we're going to be jumping onto the service side of things as well, and connecting with the service department, because it's great to buy something, But when something goes wrong, that's when you really need, obviously, and you see a company's true colors. And with regards to that, you'll see, I think at Ford had like a 98 or 99% customer satisfaction score, which was phenomenal. So really, really impressive. All right, so let's jump onto the website. Excuse me. So here it is, really easy. You'll see, obviously, headings laid out really nicely. And then it moves down to the different vehicles. Now, when you're clicking on the vehicle, we started off obviously with the Tornado. So here it is here, a beautiful vehicle. Now, when driving that car, the first thing, what was so nice is I got loaned a Mustang, an EcoBoost Mustang, to drive for the month. But in between, I was driving the different vehicles to be able to give feedback. And going from a Mustang, and they said to me, okay, great, we're going to put you into the Tornado. And I was like, okay, I'm going to jump into a bus. This is going to be fun. And getting into it from the outside, really beautiful looking vehicle. Again, beautiful lines. And you jump in and you don't really feel it. You jump into luxury. You jump into something that, again, you can feel the value. And it's beautifully laid out, well designed. I took some pictures, so I'm going to quickly show you those as well of the vehicle. Give me a second here. I took some photos. Here it comes over there. So there, it really does, it looks big, but it's not that big. It's really nicely designed. And when you're driving it, when I say it's not that big, whoops, let's pull that off. I meant that when you drive it, it's not, it doesn't feel like you are driving a bus. It's got nice soft steering. It really does feel like you're driving a car, actually. And then you look into the back, and those of you that are wanting to obviously have something that could be for corporates or VIPs, or obviously you potentially want someone to, like, I hate the use of the word because I don't like to stigmatize or generalize, but like the soccer mom or the soccer dad, you want to have the kids all jumping into one vehicle and having a great time and throwing all the gear in, and it just does its job. So that there is the Ford Tornado, really, really great. I somehow clicked off it. I don't know how. Let me jump back onto it here and share the screen. Sorry, when I'm looking down, I've got my camera here, and then I've got obviously my console that I'm busy organizing everything at the bottom. So here it comes up. Okay, so Tornado, here it is, and this is what it looks like. Beautifully designed. What I do like about the vehicle also is it now comes in automatic. It used to be a manual car, and now it comes in automatic. So great. This you can see is the manual. Really, really beautifully designed. Looks great. And the nice thing is you can move the seats around, so you can have two seats facing, or you can take the seats out all together. A lot of space and a great vehicle, and really economical as well. So that there is the Tornado that I jumped in first. From Ford, you'll see the pricing here, obviously recommended pricing, and the different color variations that the vehicle has to offer. If any of you have any questions of the vehicles or about the vehicles while I'm going through them, please feel free to ask. I'd love to obviously answer your questions where possible. But yeah, it's also about you interacting with me and being able to ask the questions that you want. So I really love the car. I got a white car. It was really beautiful, and I do recommend it from that side. Okay, so then obviously the next vehicle that I jumped into, and they wanted to obviously wow me a little bit at Lazarus Ford, sitting there in the Mustang Cafe coffee shop, or Mustang Corner coffee shop. Love that place. If you are looking for a place to meet for a business meeting or any kind of meeting, and you want some great coffee, hot beverages, right through to a great meal, go and have a look at the Mustang Corner. It's really, really great. So I sat down with Berger, and he says, okay, great. What's the next thing that we're going to do? And he told me about the Ranger Raptor. So again, I used to be a Bucky fan when I was much younger, and I kind of think I grew, you can't grow out of being Bucky's, but obviously for what my use is, being into media and that kind of thing, I've got my cameras, I've got my lights, I've got all of that. So I normally like a big enclosed car. So Tornado for me is pretty much the van that I would choose for my business. And he showed me the Raptor, and I was like, wow, this is really beautifully designed, more aggressive looking. So I saw the other Rangers. Yeah, they're great and a well-selling car. One of the top-selling cars in the country, obviously, is the Ford Ranger. And then the Raptor, and he shows me this Raptor, and it looks really mean and aggressive. And I kind of like that. I like to have an edge because I truly believe that your car is an extension of who you are and who your personality is. And I think that's what it needs to portray. And I go through different times of my life, obviously, where I feel, okay, I need to be a little bit more sleek, and I like the Mustang kind of vibe. And then obviously when I put on my hat when it's business, I go into Tornado. And looking at the Raptor, I was like, okay, this is the fun side of life. Now we are having some fun with regards to this. And that's where I ended up getting to drive it. And he said to me, this thing can jump. So we went out and we tried out the Raptor. Now, let me just give you a look at the Raptor here. That's it over there. Again, you can see the lines. You can see how accentuated everything is. And I was really impressed, especially when we started jumping this vehicle. But I didn't really get the full experience until I went to the 4x4 experience. So how it works is if you buy a 4x4 from Ford, including the Ford Everest, you get a 4x4 experience. And let me tell you, you have to go on it. You have to really go on it. It's out there. How to be a sport. Great experience. You arrive there, everything's professionally laid out. You handled with care, obviously, with regards to COVID. Everyone stays in their car when they arrive, and you literally get checked, and then you get checked again before you enter the second part of the obviously introduction and the safety and all of that. And then they take you driving. So you drive your own vehicle, which is good because you get to know your own vehicle. But the instructors let me go with them in a Raptor. I've been on tracks. I've been on Kyalami. I've been on Swartkops. I've been on a couple of tracks, on-road tracks. But an off-road track, when you take that Raptor and that thing holds like you cannot believe, let me tell you, that is priceless. You have to do it. It's one of those things that even if you don't have a 4x4, somehow get onto that Ford experience. Buy a new Ford Raptor or buy one of the 4x4s from Lazarus Ford. You'll see it is phenomenal. Those Fox shocks on that Raptor are absolutely phenomenal. They really do hold that vehicle down. And the interesting thing is that a lot of the guys are going about the kilowatts, Newton meters with regards to and how much it can give out. The challenge that happens is you've got the Ranger, obviously, that's got that 3-liter engine. You've got the Raptor that's got a bi-turbo that it's got some go. But let me tell you, when you're on that dirt road and you need it, that thing just shines like this absolute star. So I absolutely love the Raptor. It's definitely, if I had to go Bucky, the Raptor by far is one of the ones I would definitely take. It makes my soul glow. All right, so that was a Raptor. A little bit about that. So it's got the Fox shocks. It's well suited for obviously off-road and on-road. I mean, it's just beautifully looking. It's really aggressive, and it's kind of like that kind of vibe if you want to go into that. All right, then I went from Tornado into the Raptor Bucky, and then a little bit more sophisticated and had a little bit more style. And that's when I jumped into this beautiful car, which is the Everest. Now, the Ford Everest really blew me away with regards to, again, a really luxurious car, all the bells and whistles. I was lucky. What's nice is I get into the top tier vehicles with regards to with all the functions, goodies and functions on it. And the price that you're paying for what you're getting is absolutely phenomenal. But what I was impressed with, and again, is you've got this luxury SUV, a beautiful SUV, and it ends up going to the 4x4 experience, and it climbs the same hills as the other 4x4s, going down, going up, and it handles unbelievably well. It's got nice kick. It's got a nice output with regards to it. Let me quickly pull it up onto the screen here so you can have a look at it. So I didn't pull up the Raptor, but let me quickly show you here. I'm going to share this. I think I'm going to share the screen here, add to stream. And when you're wanting to go to the Raptor, so again, I just want to show you the layout, how you get there. So I went on to laz.co.za. I go down here and I click on Ford, and then I scroll down to the vehicles that I wanted. So we talked about, obviously, the Raptor. So you'll see here, you can see the difference on this side. This is a Ranger. There's two Rangers, but you'll see here it comes up here. And absolutely stunning, well designed. I'm just moving quickly, letting it go through so you can have a look at it. Those Fox shocks really put it into a different league altogether. I think I'd like to see this car in a 3-liter version. But here it goes here. Okay, so it's a 2-liter bi-turbo, but a 3-liter, I think it would, I know internationally they have got, but what a vehicle. Okay, so that there is the Ranger Raptor. Then you go back, and I'm going to go to vehicles, and then we jump into the, here it is here. Did I go past it? I did. Here it is, Everest. I had a champagne gold one that I used, ignore my terminology, sorry, there is certain colors for it. Here it is here, again, beautifully stylish looking car. If you are looking for something like that, what I loved about the Everest, as you can see by this picture here, is that the seats they don't lift up to the side. And that's one of the big things. Yes, you can have extra seats and that kind of thing, but what's nice with these seats is they fold forward. So you get all that space. The challenge is when you have the seats lifting up like that, you lose some of the capacity in your boot. So that's a big thing with regards to packing space. And I mean, that's what you want. If you're going to be going off-road with this, you want that extra packing space. And here is the pricing, as you can see through here. And not bad. I mean, for what you're getting, a superb luxury vehicle, and you'll see the top end sitting at 820,000 Rand, more or less. So depending on obviously what extras that you do put into it. And here's your color range here. Oh, here's a comment. Let's see. Funny. You know, I absolutely love you. You're going to get like the most loyal person here. So thank you, Fani Rus, for always being on the show, commenting. It's so nice when someone comments and gets involved. You know, I kind of sometimes feel a little bit lonely here. But thank you so much, Fani. You're an absolute legend. Okay, so moving forward. So that there was obviously the range that I was fortunate enough to test on the Ford side of things, but there are a whole lot of other vehicles that you can check out. The Fiesta is obviously a massive seller, the Figo as well. You got the Ford Cougar, the Mustang. We were meant to have a drag race with the Mustang, 2 Mustangs, but obviously with COVID, it was still too early into things, and we couldn't arrange the place that we wanted to in time for obviously the Ford section of the show. So we will do it next time. And then obviously you've got the transit side of things, obviously, and the more corporate side. But then the place where, if you and me, is where I tend to have gravitate to is the special deals. I come from Durban, and I always like to see what the specials are. So you can also go to used cars, obviously, and here's some of the specials that you've got with regards to the Ford side of things. So make sure you're going to have a look at there as well. Obviously, they talk to you about the service side. What I really love with their servicing on Ford is you've got that 1 hour service. So you can literally go in. It's obviously with certain things, you can't just go in there and have an hour service, bam, that's it, done. You obviously pre-book it. You say, listen, you're coming in for an hour service, and that is 6 days a week, actually. So if you want to get your car serviced and you want that in and out, sit there and wait, you can do it. Obviously, you have to look at terms and conditions with regards to what they can repair. I mean, if your wheels are falling off and you drove into something, then that's a different deal. But anyway, great service and super efficient. You'll see I got there in the morning. I saw the cars coming in, and they literally come in quick. There's nothing worse than sitting in a long queue. And then you obviously go to the Mustang corner to have some nice things to eat. All right, so that there was Ford. I think I've got all of the sections of Ford that I covered. Really, if you want to go and see more about each vehicle, so I chatted about the Tornado. Let's quickly pull that up so you can have a look at it. The Tornado was this beautiful transit van that now comes in automatic. Then I moved on to obviously the Ford Raptor, the Ranger Raptor. Then we went on to the Everest, which was another beautiful, beautiful vehicle. And then I was chatting to you about obviously when I went on the 4x4 experience. I talked quite a bit about it, so I don't want to go stay there too much, but you'll see here all of us chatting. The lead instructor is phenomenal. And it was a great time had by all. All right, So then I moved on to the next dealership. So as you come into the Lazarus Motor Company, you'll see that you get to a turning circle and you turn right and you go down to Ford. The next one up right in front of you is Mazda. Now, with regards to Mazda, a beautiful, again, I know I use the word beautiful a lot, and I'm going to watch this and go, I say beautiful all the time, but it is really, when you've got a great experience and you've got a certain expectation and it exceeds that, there's only certain words that just work out and just do it. So I need to expand my vocabulary. But anyway, so I went into Mazda, again, another vibrant dealership, a dealership that I honestly think that their cars, their new design, their upgraded vehicles. Now, I've seen used to see Mazdas around. One of my first vehicles, not one of my first vehicles, but I had a Mazda 2 when I think it first came out. Really loved it. It had all the bells and whistles ahead of its time, actually. It had more bells and whistles than its competitor, and that's the thing I look at. I look at the accessories, I look at the price and the value. I mean, it's a value proposition, let's be honest. When you're buying something, you have to look at the value proposition. So I looked and I went, I got all of this for that price. It's for me, it's a bargain, let's do it. And that's when I bought it. So I got introduced to Mazda actually a couple of years ago, but what I noticed is from then until now, is how the designs change. It's become more iconic. You notice Mazdas on the road, especially the CX-5s. The Mazda 3s, actually, they all just stand out with that accentuated grille. And again, obviously, the price point and what they're offering is really, really great. So getting to meet the team, awesome team. We had some fun chatting about the different things. So, yeah, the first car I jumped into, and let me quickly show you that, was the Mazda CX-5. A beautiful car. Again, you'll see what I mean by that accentuated bonnet and front section. It is really iconic. You do notice it. And then you jump into, obviously, the inside of the vehicle and beautifully laid out and got everything that you really, really want from a vehicle. So, again, this iconic side of things, and you'll see as we move into the Mazda 3 sedan, that it's just, you can see what I mean by iconic. Now, looking at the brand in the dealership, this is a brand that's really up and coming. Or I can't say it's up and coming because Mazda's been around for quite a while. But with their new designs, their new offering, three-year unlimited warranty and motor plan, it's really, really phenomenal what they're offering and what you're getting. So jumped into the CX-5. It's a great car. It's really, really a great car for what you're paying, for all the accessories and everything you get standard with the vehicle. I drove the Jaguar range. Let me quickly pull it up here on the website so you can have a look. It is really well worth it. It's actually a vehicle that kind of sells itself. You don't need to do anything more. Here it is. You go to Mazda. It pulls up the Mazda side of things. Again, you'll see red is the iconic color that they're using. And let's scroll down to get to the CX-5. So here's a CX-5 on their site. Again, offering is absolutely great. They've got the MZD entertainment system that connects with Apple CarPlay as well as Android. Most of the car brands do offer this, but it's the seamless connection that you're also looking for. Sound system was really great. You've got all the bells and whistles from lane assist to blind spot assist to, there is so much that this car has to offer. But again, in a sleek, beautifully designed vehicle. So here's obviously the price range that you'll see starting off at $437, moving up to $649, and it depends obviously on the accessories and what you're wanting. But again, one of the top selling vehicles in the country, and I can understand why, because it is just all of that. So if you do, and this is the big thing for those of you that are going out there, let me quickly pull it up, add to stream. Sorry. And I say, Fani, buy more, yeah. It is absolutely. It is a great vehicle. Sorry, I did skip around it. Here it is here. So this is on the website and the Mazda CX-5. Book a test drive. Try out these vehicles. Ladies and gents, when you are going to be spending whatever amount of money, I'd rather jump in, experience the vehicle, and see that you're 100% happy before you go and buy it. But you'll see this car is absolutely worth every penny. So here it is here and the different colors. My personal favorite color, I really do like the white. I did really like the white, and I like the red. The red is really stunning, and it's got just that something. If I'm going to be spending money, I kind of, I want to spend it and stand out a little bit. I don't mind to stand out a little bit, but this is the vehicle that I really think is great. Then obviously we move from the CX-5 into the Mazda 3 sedan, which is here. You'll see now. I'm going to pull it up here. Mazda 3 sedan. Again, one of those vehicles that I kind of was. From the outside, it's beautiful and sleek, as you can see. But I was like, okay, so I'm going into a sedan, and again, I'm not. I don't know if I feel like a sedan type of person. And I was like, okay, let's jump into the sedan. It looks beautiful. Please impress me. And getting into it, and the cockpit's all laid out beautifully. Again, I got to know, obviously, from the CX-5, and that's what's so nice when, obviously, I'm getting in each brand by brand, and the vehicle. And the car, it just felt right. Reversed out, nice turning circles, soft steering. Same on the CX-5. I think you can literally, with these vehicles, you just like, with one finger, you could turn. And then I felt the power, and the drive was really, really good. And I was like, okay, I can drive a sedan. It's something I definitely wouldn't mind driving, and that kind of thing. So why I say I definitely wouldn't mind, because I'm still the type of, I think I'm like a CX-5 or like a little bit of a sporty. And I know I mentioned on the Ford side of things, definitely like I love the Mustang from that. So those are kind of the cars that I kind of choose. But yeah, so the sedan, definitely a beautiful offering, a great car, great value offering, as well as a great drive. And it's those of you that are potentially maybe looking at, I don't know, something more for corporate side of things, that's the vehicle that I'd go for. And then they decided to put me into to reminisce over what I had before. And let me quickly pull up the Mazda 3 so you can have a squiz at it. Give me a second here. I'm just going to add this to stream again. And here is the vehicles. So you click on new vehicles, and it is the Mazda 3 sedan. It's starting at 366,000, as you can see. Let's move forward. A beautiful, sleek car. It's stunning. It's great offering. So with regards to, again, I was in the automatic, starting 366 up to 481. Again, for what you're paying on the Mazda side, from what you're paying to what you're getting, you're kind of going, I should be paying more for this. And especially if you're doing the shop around. If you're doing a shop around, you're going to see that Mazda's offering you really, really great pricing for what you're getting. All right, so that there is the Mazda 3 sedan, beautiful vehicle. I really did enjoy it. On the sedan side of things, I haven't driven a lot of sedans, but this one is definitely top on the list. Then we move on to my good old days when I used to drive this little vehicle here, which is the Mazda 2. So Mazda 2, again, I looked at it from a distance. You see it's a small vehicle, and then as you come closer, you go, okay, cool, great. And you can see the lines, again, sticking to that Mazda look and feel. A little punchy. This car has got the power that you want. It doesn't sound like it's over revving when you're needing to push it. It's definitely got the power that you want. You'll see fuel economy is phenomenal on it, as of through all the Mazdas. What was interesting for me on Mazda is a Sky Active engine. When I was driving the 1.6, I thought it was a 2-liter. It's got that's really got a beautiful engine setup with regards to power output. You actually think that the car's a lot more powerful than the engine that you're getting, and you do feel it definitely. Again, inside you've got that MZD entertainment system, great for those students or people that want something that's nippy, a town car that you want to get into parkings, get out of parkings, and have some fun with it. So definitely a great little nippy vehicle for those of you that maybe want a second vehicle to be able to drive around in. Again, starting 268, a great price point, 1.5, all the way up to 335 for all the bells and whistles. It's well worth your time to go and have a look at this vehicle. All right, so that was the Mazda side of things, and the Mazda, obviously, offering that I jumped into. We did talk, obviously, about other vehicles, the CX-3, which is really great. Hopefully, in Season 2, I'll be able to jump into that and be able to give you some feedback. But again, if you are wanting to find out more about these vehicles, We have got the YouTube page, so go and have a look at Lazarus Motor Company YouTube page. You'll go and look on our Facebook page as well. You'll see we've got the different episodes, different series that are, and you can dive in, and I talk about how many kilowatts and Newton meters of torque and what the interior looks like and how the interior looks. So I really dive deeper into that, and so you can go and have a look. It's clearly marked, and you can go and find out the vehicle that you're looking at. Other than that, you just go into the dealership and have a look. And I'm just going to punch that up now so that you've got it. So you can go to laz.co.za. There it is there, to have a look at the website. That's where I'm pulling all the information from now. And then we move on to, obviously, you can give them a call. Here it is here, Lazarus Motor Company. And then my other little ticker that's going to come up over here, you'll see now, is feel free to ask any questions or say anything while I'm going through it. So the last thing I actually wanted to jump onto, which I didn't do, I did it on the Ford side. Here's a Lazarus. Let's see the specials. So let's jump onto the specials quickly. And those of you that have been watching, you'll see that you've got this take a break special where you only have to pay for Mazda 3 or Mazda CX-5 or start paying in February 2021. I mean, that is an insane deal. So you can literally take your car home and only start paying in February 2021. So go and have a look at that. It's a phenomenal deal. I don't know how they're doing it, but they're doing it. And it's a great offering from them. So make sure you go and have a look at the Mazda side of things and see what they have for you there. So from Ford, we went into Mazda, and then I went into the third dealership was Kia. Now, again, those of you that are watching and wanting to know what we're up to, this is the Lazarus Motor Show, a show dedicated to the Lazarus Motor Company to be able to tell you about the vehicles, the people behind the scenes, what they're about and what their aim is. And it's a company that's about the customer. It's all about the customer. It's about getting to know the customer. And they don't just sell cars. They sell an experience, they sell after-sales service, and they sell you something that you need, not something that you want. Now, why I say that is, again, is that I always thought, I want this. I want to have that vehicle for the thing. And then when they come and they actually chat to you and they get to know you, and it's a technique that I've seen through the dealerships, they say to you, your needs and stuff, but yes, we can understand why you're thinking this vehicle. Consider this. What about this? And that's what I like. I mean, yes, if you set on, I want that vehicle, then they'll sell you that vehicle. But what I like is they actually listen to you. They understand who you are as a person, what your needs are, and then they also obviously give you another option to be able to do it. So it's a great way of connecting, and they've got that great after-sales service. Every time I walk into Ford, I walk into Mazda, obviously after I've shot through these different episodes, everyone's super friendly, waves, hi, what's happening? So it's great to be able to have that. All right, then Kia. So let me tell you, when I see Kia when I drive in, so you drive in, you've got Ford down, and what you understand once you come to the dealership, if you haven't, you've got a turning circle, you go down to Ford, Mazda's right in front of you. Here you turn left and you go up a little bit. Just before you get to Jaguar Land Rover, you'll see the beautiful Kia sign. And I was like, Kia is, you kind of always, I don't want to say it, but I have to say it. You kind of think, okay, Kia's was a budget vehicle brand. And so I went in there, I was like, okay, cool. I've got into all these beautiful vehicles. What is Kia going to do? And Mazda did surprise me as well with the offering and stuff like that. So I was open to surprise, and I always, you never judge a book by its cover, and you never just always keep that same perception of a brand. So as I drive in, and I saw, straight away, I spotted the Kia Sportage, a beautiful vehicle, phenomenal looking vehicle. Absolutely love it. And then another vehicle drove out, which was the Seltos. So I was like, wow, this is... this is not the Kia that I had in my mind. This is like luxury. And I was thinking, okay, maybe it's only those two vehicles. So I went in, and I obviously went in and met up with Adele, that is obviously a sales manager there, head of that whole department. And, we started talking, and I looked, then we went for a walk around, and we had a look at some of the vehicles, and they had the Kia Stinger, which is a high-end like sports car. It is beautiful. And they started showing me, and the offering is absolutely phenomenal. And what I can see from them is that you can walk in there from being a student that can buy the Kia Picanto all the way, obviously, to potentially, obviously, going into the Kia Stinger. So you could literally have your whole generation. You can go from a Kia Picanto, and they'd structure beautiful deals for you that you can go and you literally grow with the brand. And each car is just beautiful. Again, these brands have done something that the designers and the understanding of the market has really changed the perception, or changed the look. You'll see a beautiful new look from Kia. And then now you're going, wow, this is actually a luxury vehicle. Can I afford it? And that's what happens. And then you kind of, this misconception happens and you go, okay, great. So how much are these vehicles? And they show you the pricing. You're going, wow, this is phenomenal. And you can see why they're such big players. I mean, that Seltos now is making massive waves in the industry because of obviously the offering that it has and the bells and whistles, which we're going to chat about, but also obviously the price point behind it. So let's quickly show you that, and I'm going to quickly show you some of the pictures that we had from there. So we started off obviously with the Seltos. So here it is here. Look at that vehicle. It is just, yeah, it's a monster. It looks, you know, when you're paying for something, you kind of want that, that bang for your buck. You want to feel that you're investing in it. And I think a lot of the time, the people that, especially like accountants and stuff like that, you like paying per piece. And when you buy a small car and you're spending a lot of money, it doesn't make sense. That's why I think when you got a big like SUV or crossover vehicle like the Seltos is, it's like, okay, it's more value. You're getting the value of this compared to size. And then, so the Seltos, beautiful new vehicle that's just come onto the market for Kia. Look at that interior. They've put so much thought. Kia's put so much thought into that car. It is insane. It really, really is great. And I love jumping into that vehicle. Let me quickly go and share this with you. And I'm going to quickly share the website. So you go into here. I just click on Laz. This is laz.co.za. You can go a different way. You can go dealers, and then you can go into Kia. And this is Lazarus Kia. Again, this fun, vibrant, funky. I did get to jump in this, the Kia Picanto, but I'll tell you more about that now. And then you scroll down and you can see the full offering from the company. And let's go and jump into the Seltos. So here it is here again. 50-liter tank. Now this is super economical. So those of you that you're kind of going from a smaller car and you want to get into another car that's really worthwhile and, you know, again, bang for your buck, this is the vehicle that you're looking at. So they also have got the GT line, which is phenomenal. You see, look at this, the lines on the GTs. That red strip there represents a GT. But I just want to show you here from a point of view. So let's open up this. Let's see if it will open up. I'm going to have to show it to you on another screen. Where is this? Let's quickly pull this up. Okay, let's do that. StreamYard. I'm going to quickly pull up onto here. So let's just quickly show you the Seltos. There it is there. Okay, beautiful, beautiful vehicle. So starting at, you'll see 380 all the way to 471. I mean, for crossover SUV, mini SUV, great price. And you'll see here's the red line that I was talking about. Sorry, I hadn't pulled up the screen yet. Okay, so let's remove that and let's quickly pull you into the, give me a sec. I'm just going to quickly pull you into the catalog. Here it is, the brochure. Okay, so here it is, the Kia Seltos. Arrive happy. You do definitely arrive happy in this because the money you spend and what you're getting is really, really great. Again, every detail of it, from the interior straight through to the exterior, every bit is well thought of, and the guys are giving you great value for money. Now, you'll see with regards to this, it is a 6-speed transmission. Interesting, and I'm going to try and find this point here to show you, is the engine capacity and the size of it with regards to it. So here it is here. You'll see they're 1.6 and a 1.4 engine. So there are smaller engines. They definitely are, giving you way more, obviously, being way more economic with regards to petrol. And interesting with regards to the power ratio and power output with regards to this vehicle. I do think the TDI is the one that you would want to go for. It's got that boost because of the turbo diesel engine. Definitely looking at that. But great, great, great offering. All right, so that there was a Seltos. Then we moved into, and I think they were going to play a joke on me. So they put me into this. So It is the Kia Picanto Runner. Now, no, it wasn't a joke. So what happened was we obviously trying to, for the show, being able to give you various different options and various different offerings that Ford has. And we went, obviously, I'm not Ford, sorry, what Kia has. So we obviously showed you the Seltos, which is a great seller, making waves. We had to pick up that. I mean, that's one of the things I asked them. I said, which cars are making waves? We have to get into those first. And then so they gave me Seltos, and then they came and they said, listen, we want you to get into that. And they said, but we don't, they were joking, we don't know if you're going to fit. Anyways, I looked, and it was this Kia Picanto Runner. Now, what's happened is they've converted a Kia Picanto into a panel van. So it's a new offering. You won't see it on the website. You'd have to request it and ask it. Any one of the range, obviously, on Kia, and they've got fleet sales, and Monique was chatting to us. So go and have a look at the series with regards to fleet sales. Monique was just chatting that you could pretty much have any of the vehicles and have it as a fleet side. But the Kia Picanto, what they did was they took out the two back seats. You still get those back seats. So just in case, you kind of want to put the seats back in and take out the panel side of things, because it's got a hard, what's the word for it, bottom, as well as a roll cage. That's not roll cage, but a cage to separate the goods from the vehicle, from the passengers, the front two passengers. And literally, it was a great idea. For someone that's got a smaller business that doesn't need big trucks or big buckies to be able to, transport things around, beautiful, great offering, which is the Kia Picanto Runner. It's on the fleet side of things. You must go and have a look at that, and go and have a look at the episode where we show that. You'll see the actual full 360 of the vehicle. Really, really great. All right, so that there was the Kia Picanto Runner. I fitted in it. I drove it. It was great. What's nice is on the steering wheel is you got the trip button. So obviously, most of us, that's when you've got a business, you obviously want to be tracking that mileage, obviously, for your books, and you just trip and reset just on the steering wheel. So Kia has really thought of with regards to that, instead of putting the normal functions on it. But again, all the bells and whistles, really, really great. And the Kia Picanto on itself is another great offering for any students or people that have retired and want a second smaller car. Really nice offering. All right, and then we move on to the one that I was really excited about jumping into, which was the Kia Sportage. So here's the Kia Sportage here. Again, really accentuated bumper. The lighting is, again, LEDs, beautiful setup. Smooth, slick. Here it is from the side. Great offering. And then the part that both my kids, myself, and all of us loved was the panoramic roof that opened up, that you could have, obviously, the sunroof there. Stunning, beautiful car. Absolutely loved it. When you get into the vehicle, it's built sturdy. You'll see it's a big dashboard. It's got the touch screen. It's got all your bells and whistles you want. And it is, it's beautiful from outside, inside. I can't even explain it. The words don't even come to me. It's phenomenal. It's really, really stunning. From a drive point of view, got enough power. From bells and whistles with regards to accessories in it, it's got everything that you need. I can't think of anything else that it doesn't have. It's the car that, out of the range that I went through, and I'm going to quickly drop these in, so let me quickly pull that up so you can have a look. It is definitely the car that I would choose and would recommend to a lot of you that are looking at buying an SUV kind of vibe. I didn't jump into all the vehicles, obviously. There's too many. I mean, the Sorento and the Grand Sedona I haven't jumped into. Let me quickly show you. So that was the Picanto. I couldn't. The Kia Rio is another great offering. So we talked about the Seltos. Here is the Sportage. Again, sleek, beautiful, luxurious. Look at that interior, well designed. I like the buttons in the center console. The center console buttons allow for a lot easier use. Sometimes when you've got too many touchscreen and too many small things, it's difficult to find and get to. You'll see the price point again from 430 to 600,000. It's for top end, high end vehicle. It's super well priced. Okay, so you've got those. Okay, so that there is the Kia Sportage. Really loved it. Go and have a look through the range. Here's the special deals that Kia's offering here. Have a look at these specials. I always have a squiz and see what they're up to. I like the brand. You'll check. It's fun, funky, vibrant. Yeah, definitely appeals to me. And there's the fleet side of things. All right. So I've been talking for a long time with regards to this. If any of you have any questions, please feel free to ask. The idea, again, behind the show is about showing what the Lazarus Motor Company is about, showing who their salesmen are, what they feel, how they present vehicles to you and their offering. Because, again, we live in our vehicles. Every day we jump into our vehicles and we drive somewhere. And most of the time we're in our vehicles more than we are at home. And, again, what I mentioned to you is I truly feel that your vehicle is an extension of you and your personality, and it should match. And it's something that from my side of things, on the corporate side, I came from a customer experience point of view. And we pretty much do look at the vehicles that people drive when they come in, when they come past. It's always about this classification, which is, something that we shouldn't do. But it's always about the first impression. And the vehicle offering that we've gone through now, from Ford to Mazda to Kia, has absolutely blown me away. The staff have been phenomenal and been really receptive with regards to me and interacting and working on Saturdays and Sundays and helping us put the show together. I really do thank them for being so cooperative. A lot of them didn't really want to come onto the live show because it is a little bit daunting, but again, still that willingness to engage and to help promote their company and their brand. And that's what I loved about, obviously, connecting with everyone. So great offering. Well done, Ford, Mazda, and Kia. You guys are phenomenal. Your offering is phenomenal. Those of you that are out there, you have to get your bum in those seats to be able to feel what you're getting and what they have to offer, because that's where the experience changes. So those are the 3 dealerships that I've been through, part of the Lazarus Motor Company. I've now moved on to Jaguar and Land Rover for the last as part of the series, or last part of the season. Really, really excited to jump into those and see what we can offer. If any of you have some comments and would like us to cover certain vehicles, let me know. If you have any questions in general with regards to the Lazarus Motor Company, make sure you comment and we'll get back to you for sure. Other than that, go and look at the website, look at the Facebook side of things, Instagram. If you're on Instagram, the company has spread its social media wings, so it's all over there. So go and have a look and make sure you connect with the Lazarus Motor Company and the various dealerships. Other than that, I hope you enjoyed today. I thank you, those of you that joined on. Fani, you're a legend. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you for the like there. And those of you that joined, I really appreciate it, and we appreciate it. And make sure you go and check out the Lazarus Motor Company. I'm going to quickly push up here the banner at the bottom so you can have a look again. laz.co.za is the website. You're going to have a look there. That's where I've been referencing the whole show. And then if you want to call them, here it is at the bottom there. And that is it for me. Until next week, we are going to be joining up with Jaguar and Land Rover Centurion next week. So make sure you join. Have a wonderful week. Stay good, stay protected, and till next time, all the best from me, Steven Siegel, and the Lazarus Motor Show. Have a great one.